We've had good weather. We've had good teams in the ACC, and these are two of them.
Liam Entenmann in goal. Gets some hand pounds from his close defense. And we are ready for the opening faceoff. Colin Hagstrom will take the opening draw for Notre Dame, not Will Lynch, who is their normal top faceoff man.
It's an interesting move. Hagstrom, a little bit better athlete, likes to scrap. Wins the first faceoff X, so pays off.
And Pat Cavanaugh with a quick shot. Krieg had it. Hagstrom on cleanup duty, 1-0 Notre Dame. So Kevin Corrigan with a change-up on the opening faceoff. And it's Hagstrom with his first career goal.
Don't you love it when a plan comes together? Notre Dame switches faceoff men to their backup Hagstrom, who gets it to Cavanaugh. Krieg with the save. Bad ball control. Somewhat careless for the goalminder. Krieg for North Carolina, and Hagstrom puts in the back of the cage for his first career goal.
And Hagstrom will come out to the X for the second faceoff against Tyeryar. Andrew Tyeryar, the most goals of any faceoff man, and he violates. First violation on North Carolina, so Notre Dame with possession. And
a big physical athlete that can kind of body up and match up against Notre Dame's defense. They're going to need more of that.
We saw him score off the dodge a couple of times last week in the loss to Syracuse. Notre Dame has won all three.
It's probably hard to keep them under control given how fiery they are, but man, like they've transformed Notre Dame as a program. I think everyone always thought defense, scheme. Not anymore, right? Since then, they've now had bona fide superstars on the offensive side of the field.
We got a withholding against North Carolina, and there's the ride by Pat Cavanaugh.
Right on cue.
Coming off a 5-goal outburst last time against Duke. He's improved everywhere from his freshman season. Tyeryar wins the faceoff, and Notre Dame will give Carolina that. You're going to win a faceoff, win it back. The Irish want to limit transition opportunities off faceoff wins.
I mean, that's exactly it, right? Notre Dame's going to be comfortable in their 6-on-6 defensive sets. They know they need to prevent North Carolina.
He plays the bagpipes, too. Kevin Corrigan found out when they were recruiting Teflon in the transfer portal that he played the bagpipes, and all of a sudden said, wait a minute, this is a perfect marriage.
Was there anywhere else he could consider going at that point? You don't play the bagpipe really for any other reason to be on Notre Dame.
Let's call it some purpose, and we've seen it play out on the field.
Sports tend to work out, right? You look at like Virginia basketball, losing the first round. Next year they go on an unbelievable run where they had like 0% chance to win twice in 2 different games. Coming into this season, we looked at Notre Dame's roster, and what happened to them last year?
This could be disastrous. Hagstrom picks it up right on the doorstep, and he scores. Carolina can't clear. The Irish bench erupting. Those green helmets, those green lids shining, even with overcast skies. It is 6-1, and Notre Dame looking every bit the part of a #1 seed.
They just do it all, right? And look, their weakness is probably at the faceoff X, right? And I don't even know if it's a weakness; it's not a strength. Well, Hagstrom's got 2 goals, right? So today they are putting it on the field. Look, this was a game right there again. Cavanaugh in the middle of it on the ride. Hagstrom here, your face-off man, stays on the field, picks it up, finishes it 1-0. Look, this was 1-1, and I made a comment. Look, it looks like North Carolina is dictating the pace of play. That changed, right? And it's changed through the hard-nosed, grinded-out type of play Notre Dame implements in the middle of the field as a riding attack unit.
Joe Bresci's big concern this week, 51-50. Forget about the offense and what they can do when they've got the ball. But those two on the ride, and they have impacted this game with the ride big time in this first quarter.
And look, I think your mindset there, right, is like implements in the middle of the field as a riding attack unit.
Joe Bresci's big concern this week, 51-50. Forget about the offense and what they can do when they've got the ball. But those two on the ride, and they have impacted this game with the ride big time in this first quarter.
And look, I think your mindset there, right, is like you can only do so much as a defense against talented players. Right, but gosh, like the expectations, you can clear the ball over 90% this game.
Right place, right time, and Hagstrom who has won 3 out of 5. Takes the opening face-off of the second quarter against Tyeryar. And Notre Dame wins another. The Irish overall 5 for 9. If Carolina can't win the face-off battle, I'm not sure they've got a chance, frankly.
I don't know if anyone really has a chance against Notre Dame if they maintain possession the majority of the game. It's grown leaps and bounds since, you know, what oftentimes happens, I guess, when you go from high school to college. But he's been special.
You get the Beal plan. That's what happens. Flag down. It's going to be on Notre Dame.
There are 6 Notre Dame players converging on Tyeryar there. Like, they're everywhere.
Hey, Griffey. Nice job, Tyeryar.
Ball's on White. Number 4, push with possession, 30 seconds. White 4, push, 30 seconds.
Penalties on Hagstrom, the face-off man, number 4 in white.
But look here, right? Now, look at all Notre Dame. I mean, like, they are vicious. Like, they're a pack of dogs.
With Boomer Esiason's son, Gunnar Esiason, as an athlete advocate. Gunnar Esiason famously was also born with cystic fibrosis. And what they do, Matt, they've encouraged living an active lifestyle.
Called the Duke game earlier on this year, and they were down big, and they wanted a run in the middle. They were down, I think, by about the same amount they are right now, and got it back to a 1-goal game, right? All through chaotic behavior in the middle of the field.
Chris Fake, another Yale transfer, former Ivy League Defensive Player of the Year. Entenmann launches it downfield on a fly to Pat Cap.
In and out, you're sprinting, you're tired. It opens up a lot for the offense.
And that's the first time today, really, when Carolina has made Notre Dame pay for sliding. And that's going to be against UNC. Looked like a loose ball push. So possession to Notre Dame. Less than 4 minutes to go in the first half. It was 6-1 Notre Dame after 1 quarter. This is a team that can come back quickly. And they've gotten a couple of transition goals in this run. Big ground ball off the faceoff, punched ahead by Will Donovan. Donovan escapes with it. Plays it back to Tevlin. In quarter 1 and quarter 2, a stark difference. In that first quarter, Notre Dame +7 on shots. Carolina +7 in the second quarter. Tar Heels have not had much transition off of any face-off wins, and face-offs pretty much even. Dangerous throw. Connor Marr, the former All-American, brings it in. Carolina will go to work on offense. First midfield is Antonio DeMarco. Harry Wells
Gets his first of the afternoon.
Krieg, 6 out of 14 in goal today. He's been below 50% in every ACC game. In fact, 36% in conference play. Joe Bresci said he needs to play a little bit better. Some of those numbers skewed. North Carolina style sometimes leads for Dewey Egan in his career at North Carolina. Missed some time with a broken hand he suffered against Johns Hopkins. 2 goals last week, 2 today. It's late in the season, but if that's a piece that is starting to scratch the surface and realizing his potential, that's another weapon for Carolina. They're having trouble with the clear here. Harrison Schertzinger just gets it across with a second. 7-1 Notre Dame game at one point. It's 9-6. Pat Cavanaugh to Griffin Westland for the last tally. And we mentioned Andrew Tyeryar needed to have an impact on this game. Has not had a chance to do that at the Faceoff X. He wins that one. Technically a face-off win for Carolina. What happens? Notre Dame rides it back.
It's unbelievable how they just converge on the ball. I mean, there was 4 within the blink of an eye. Tyeryar turns around and it's like, you're not going anywhere. You were engulfed. Jake Taylor, when he plays, he scores multiple goals.
He's done it in 5 straight. He missed the first 3 games of the year, coming off another torn ACL. Tore his ACL playing box last summer. Last year, he joined the team late, coming off an ACL in the other knee. And Carolina gives it right back to Notre Dame.
And if I'm Notre Dame is winning this game by doing what North Carolina loves, creating chaos, just better than they are. They seem to be a step faster, a little bit more athletic in the middle of the field.
3 points now for Pat Cavanaugh. He's had at least 3 in every game. North Carolina wanted a penalty that time on Chris Cavanaugh going after Tyeryar. What is the recipe for a comeback in this fourth quarter for Carolina?
You have to avoid the trouble that you've created for yourself in the clearing game, right? They've had 5 failed clears. 4 of them, I believe, have resulted in goals. That's the difference in the game.
Yeah.
Right? And so, again, like, Tryer's had his opportunities. You got to push it forward now, right? Like, don't go back the other way. You're in trouble.
On cue. Gepper scoops up the ground ball. And if he did not, that would have been a layup for Notre Dame. Five goals in 2 games. Now can Tyeryar do it? Yes. Wins the faceoff. Well, we have some confusion here now.
I think North Carolina came out of the box too early, but there was a hold procedure on North Carolina prior to that. Yeah, the weather's definitely better now. See, you waited 5 minutes.
You called it, my friend. It's Hagstrom who wins the draw. He has taken the majority of faceoffs today. Matt, if I told you the stat ledger has Carolina winning 15 out of 24 faceoffs, it doesn't feel like it, does it? And that much room. Will Lynch now taking this faceoff for Notre Dame. Carolina switched it up with Schwartz, the senior. And the Irish have it. We come up on 11 minutes to play. Later today, Virginia and Syracuse. Cavaliers have a loss to Maryland. They lost twice to Duke. They looked like a juggernaut early in the season. Syracuse, meanwhile, young team, a lot of freshmen. Finn Thompson, Joey Spallina, Michael Leo.
A lot of experience. But with Kirst and Tom, like, they're playing better, right? It's going to be a tough matchup for them, but I do think that Syracuse is heading in the right direction.
Remember Syracuse early in the year, too, almost beat Duke. That game went to overtime.
Cornell, right? I mean, look, when you have one of, right, if not maybe the best attackman in the country in Kirst, who's been great. You have Adler on defense, who's been the best defensive. Like, you can win games when you're that elite at those skill positions.
The question with Cornell, face-offs, they like to rotate 3 guys in there. There's not one, and you look at Naso, you look at LaSala. There's some...
Again, like Maryland, the year they lost to Virginia, Shockey was their main face-off guy. Weirman kind of came out of nowhere in that game. And, right, like, it's been history since then that he's been a pretty impactful player, to say the least. Now, I do think it's important to have like a matchup change-up type person, right? Because sometimes you may not match up, but you can clean that up as a coaching staff and game plan a little bit better.
7:21 to go. If Tyeryar can get hot, crazier things have happened. Crazier things have happened in this matchup.
I can't tell if Tyer's hurt.
Tyeryar didn't take that face-off. It was Schwartz.
Seen Schwartz a couple times here. Last face-off X.
Matt, 2016, the year North Carolina made that run. Schwartz out there battling with Hagstrom. It's right off the wings. Nick Harris, trail check on Schwartz. It comes to Notre Dame, Bergmaster. And there you go again. Face-off won by Carolina. Possession